faculty members and all enthusiastic management students. Are your budget confusions chronic? Do not panic. This is Shree Devi College Management, Shree Devi College of Management Budget Clinic. Here we have presented wonderful presentation of 15 students. Once again we should give them standing ovation because such a wonderful presentation has been given by all the 15 in various sectors. Thank you. See, I have been presenting Union Budget in various forums for the last 2 decades. Every year minimum 15 to 20 presentations I am giving in various forums, including recently for the past 5 years in Nammakudla channel. How many of you see Nammakudla channel 24/7? Have you seen Business Tonic? Have anybody seen Business Tonic program? See, you all are management students. You have to see all the topics of Business Tonic. So far we have completed only 279 episodes for the last consecutive 279 Sundays. It is a live program 10 to 11:30. It is on economy, taxation, education, what not. You say, talk about any topic. We have covered all the topics: investment, budget, state budget, central budget, weights and measures, Real Estate Regulation Act, GST, income tax. In between some tonic also we are giving spiritual tonic on various occasions, including Constitution of India also has been covered. Let's come to now budget part. Why budget is to be presented? Can anybody say? Whether there is a law to present the budget. Article 112 of Constitution of India, it states every central government as well as state government, they should present statement of annual receipts and expenditure. Central government has to present the budget. Where they have to present the budget? Who will present the budget? Finance Minister. Where she will present the budget? Sorry? Parliament. So it's a vague answer. Presentation of budget is in Lok Sabha because finance bills are always presented and passed in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha, even though discussion takes place, but the node of Lok Sabha is enough to convert the finance bill into Finance Act. Once it gets converted into Finance Act, assent will be given by the President of India. So then the Act will be in force. In case of states, state budget is also presented every year, where budget is presented in where? Vidhan Sabha, not Vidhan Parishad. Okay? So, now every year, what is the, in simple words, what is budget? Budget is nothing but estimated income, receipts and expenditure of a particular year, that is ensuing year. Before 2017, central government used to present two budgets. One is railway budget and general budget. Previous day railway budget, next day general budget. Since 2017, this system has been done away. Now both the budgets have been merged into one budget. Earlier the budget used to be presented at the end of February. After 2014, this NDA government took over. They have preponed the budget date to February. See, like Independence Day, August 15th. 26th Jan, Republic Day. 25th December, Christmas. Like that, now you can tell February 1st is the budget day. Now, of course, February 1st budget has been presented by our FM as interim budget, or it is called vote on account budget, because in any government, when it is in the last year, and they are going to announce election, they don't present the full budget. Then why this interim budget or vote on account is required? Because entire expenditure the government does is from Consolidated Fund of India. I told ma'am, Gayatri ma'am. So before understanding the budget, we should understand budget terminologies. So I have taken one session in various places regarding budget terminologies. What is GDP? What is inflation? What is fiscal deficit? And what is repo? What is reverse repo? What is CPI? What is WPI? All these things we need to understand, then we can understand the budget very clearly. Okay, you can also study that terminologies. If you understand the terminologies, to understand budget is very easy. Now debt to GDP ratio. Ideal debt to GDP ratio is 77%. India is just crossed around 83-84%. Our Dodana, America and all, they have already surpassed. They are red track. Japan, America, even UK, they are all trapped. When compared to other countries, India is on better footing. So what is the difference between nominal GDP and real GDP, can you say? Now 10.5% this year is projected as nominal GDP. What is the real GDP? 6.5 to 7%. What is the difference between nominal GDP and real GDP? Nominal GDP minus inflation rate, that is real GDP. While calculating the growth, the inflation factor is discounted, that is real GDP. What is the inflation rate now? As on July 31st, 5.08%. Okay. What is the fiscal deficit? What it means? Fiscal deficit is nothing but excess of budgeted expenditure over budgeted receipt. That is fiscal deficit. What happens if the fiscal deficit increases? ಆದಾಯಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಖರ್ಚಾದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸಾಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? The problem everywhere, even we are also doing the same thing, our nation is also doing the same thing. So when receipts are lesser than the expenditure, the government has to resort to borrowing. You might have seen in the budget, we have circle, beautiful presentation of the circle. In that, 19% of the total expenditure, budgeted expenditure, it goes for interest payment. That is the sorry state of affairs. Had there been no 19% interest payment, that much of amount would have been utilized for the development of the nation. So when the fiscal deficit every year it increases, again we have to resort to additional borrowings. When we borrow additionally, interest will also increase. So it will have a cascading effect. We should be very lucky and we should be very happy, and all of you are living in now Amrit Kaal. Correct now? By 2047 you can get Amrit. Immediately you will not get Amrit. You know the significance of Amrit? In Samudra Manthana, how many of you know about Samudra Manthana? Okay. You can see in Google and study fully. Okay, no. Suras and Asuras, they were churning Mandara Parvata, they kept and churning the sea. While churning the sea, they got lot of products. How many products they got? 14 products they got. First they got Amrit. First they got Hala poison. So in the initial stage of anybody's life, you will not get Amrit. After passing from MBA, I should be appointed as general manager's post in some company. Is it possible? No. What you can do then? See, what you need to do is, you should develop your skill set. The trust sector in this budget is employment and skilling. We should give a big round of applause to our FM Nirmala Sitharaman and Prime Minister Narendra Modi for giving focus on employment generation, including this internship in various companies. 1 year they will get stipend, then they will get exposure, they will be absorbed in the same company or elsewhere there, they can be employed. The problem in India is not unemployment. Problem in India is they are not employable. Previous day of the budget, FM presents economic survey. You have mentioned about all these 15 presentations, but you have missed economic survey. Madam, next time you should make it a point, yes. Economic survey, because it's the basic foundation for the budget. What is economic survey? Economic survey means, in the last year, whatever budgeted virtual versus actual, we can compare. And the direction in which our country is going, that will be reflected in economic survey. In that economic survey, it is only 589 pages. You have to go through what is India, what is the vision of India. If you read this economic survey, then only you will come to know where we are standing. We should be very lucky. As I told, we are in Amrit Kaal. When all the so-called developing and developed countries registering either negative growth or small percentage of negligible growth, India has registered in the year 23-24 8.2% GDP growth. So India is the fastest growing economy in the world. In the year 2014, we were one among fragile 5 economies. Now we are the 5th largest economy in the world. Days are not far. Now our GDP is nearly $4 trillion. Days are not far. Within 2-3 years we will definitely reach $5 trillion economy, and we will surpass UK. We have already surpassed. Japan and Germany will surpass. Then we will be the 3rd largest economy in the world, next to US and China. By 2047, Our vision is to become Vishwaguru, that is largest economy in the world. These are not far. The thrust, I don't want to cover these facts, figures and all you have already covered. The thrust in recent times has been more for capex rather than revenue expenditure. What is this capex? Why investment in capex is more important? Because if you invest in capital expenditure, you have seen 10 years back, 15 years back, the state of our roads, state of our railway lines. Now, you know now in Vande Bharat Express you can see the trains, metros, highways, lot of stations they are refurbishing, lot of developments, airports, ports, renewable energy, all these sectors more thrust is given. 11.11 lakh crore has been earmarked for infra, that is in capex. If you make expenditure on the capex, the benefit will be 3x, 4x, 5x. If you invest in revenue expenditure, only subsidies, food subsidy, other subsidies, so it will not have any benefit. Okay, that's why more thrust has been given for capex. See, last interim budget, which was presented before the election, the fiscal deficit was projected at 5.1%. That has been revised downward in this budget to 4.9%. 0.2% reduced. Can you say why it is? It is because RBI has given the dividend of 2.1 lakh crore. Dividend has been given by Reserve Bank of India to central government, and there is 19.50 lakh crore net direct tax collection, that is 17% more than the previous year. More and more the tax collection, the lesser will be the fiscal deficit. So our fiscal deficit target for next year 25-26 is 4.5%, and what is the ideal fiscal deficit? to 3%. If the fiscal deficit less than 3% for developing countries, it is very difficult. Borrowing also required, but borrowing for what purpose, that is important. If you borrow and invest in capex, the benefits will be more and more. It will again contribute for the development of the economy. That is the concept behind investment in capex. Our banking ecosystem. See, in the year 2018-17, NPAs of the banks were alarming, as high as around 12 to 14%. Now the gross NPA has been reduced to less than 3%. Net NPA is less than 1%. For the growth of the economy, robust banking system should be in place. We should appreciate the efforts of the Reserve Bank of India, central government, and all public sector banks. Of course, private sector banks are also in competition for providing need-based capital on easy terms. Our banking ecosystem, startup ecosystem, tax ecosystem, they are all, and MSME ecosystem, they are all conducive for the growth of the economy. MSME sector, it contributes nearly 29 to 30% of our GDP, whereas agriculture, such a large sector, more than 40% of the people are engaged in agriculture. It gives 18.7% to our GDP. Now tourism sector, why trust has been given to tourism sector? Tourism sector creates more and more employment. Now the GDP ratio of the tourism sector is 9.1 sector. In European countries and all, tourism sector contributes more than 30, 40, 50% in some nations. There is still a scope for increase in tourism sector. Madam, next time you have to do one program on hits and misses in union budget. What are all the hits we talk? What are the misses also we should talk, so that they can, next budget they can change also. See, our Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, before the budget, we give lot of pre-budget memorandum to the government. Some they implement, some they may not. Even after presentation of the budget, finance bill in the parliament, post-budget memorandum can also be given. So, some changes which will affect the people, they will definitely try to incorporate. As I already mentioned, this banking ecosystem, see, there are plenty of schemes, incentives offered, especially in India. Up to 5 crore you can borrow without collateral security. PMBGP scheme is there, up to 50 lakhs. If you want to start any manufacturing enterprise, up to 50 lakhs without collateral with the subsidy, loans will be given by the central government, up to 50 lakhs. If it is traders and service units, up to 20 lakhs. For special entrepreneurs, margin is only meager 5%. For general entrepreneurs, it is 10%. Who are all these special entrepreneurs? Women, they are special entrepreneurs. Then ex-servicemen, OBC, SC/ST entrepreneurs and physically challenged. These are all special entrepreneurs. For them the margin is only 5%. For general entrepreneurs other than them 10%. Okay? And subsidy is also there. In rural area for special entrepreneur 35% is subsidy and urban area 25%. General entrepreneurs 25% subsidy in rural area and 15% in urban area. So there is the most popular scheme. Even in this budget, banking sector reforms is missing. Okay. So Mudra loans, they have increased the limit from 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs. And stressed MSMEs. Who are all the stressed MSMEs? If the loan outstanding is more than 1 day, up to 90 days, SMA 1, SMA 2, like that. Such units will be identified and they will be restructured and support will be given. Otherwise, they have to close down. Because MSME sector gives employment for more than 15 crores in India. So, if one MSME closes, it is also a challenge. Startup sector, angel tax has been abolished. Correct? What is angel tax? Can anybody say what is angel tax? We are taxing the angel. See, in startup there is one concept called angel investors. Who are the angel investors? Startups, no bank will give loan. Because unless any unit gets commercialized, bankers will not give loan. And very difficult to get loan in initial stage. There are 4 stages in startups also. they may have potential. In such cases, some investors, they come like angels and invest. They will simply invest? No, they will take some shares. When the startup units issue them shares more than the market value, fair market value, the difference between fair market value and amount received at 30.9% tax. Since 2012, it was in that. So now, since that angel tax has been abolished, so it is a boost for the startups. India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, and on an average daily 88 startups are being registered. 1,25,000 plus startups have been registered with the DPIIT portal. These startups also on an average generate employment, 11 employment. One startup on an average minimum, that is on an average they generate 11 employment. So these are all the things addressed in this budget. This budget, definitely many people, including wise people, they have commented when the budget was announced. Oh, nothing is there in the budget. That's why we say, don't judge the book by seeing its cover. Read the contents. After reading, people got flashback. Now also you have done 15 presentations, marvelous presentation with beautiful contents. Still it is missing, of course, no problem. But we have done best efforts to present the budget. Then see, when the youth understand the fine prints of the budget, it is very easy to disseminate to others. In your house, if your father, mother says, no, budget is useless. Who told you are not studied? I will tell you. You can teach your father and mother. Okay? For youth also, employment generation, lot of schemes have been announced. And skilling yourselves. Lot of schemes are there. But the thing is, people should adopt it. See, ultimately present situation is change. We should always embrace change. There is a quote in change. If you change before the change, you will lead. If you change with the change, you will struggle. If you change after the change, you will survive. If you don't change even after the change, you will collapse. So change is inevitable. The only constant thing in the world is change. Now in banking sector, 24 additional CDB branches they are opening. That is Small Industries Development Bank of India. Earlier they used to do only indirect lending. They lend to banks and bank used to lend. Now they have started direct lending also. In lot of MSME clustered areas only they are going to open. All these CGTMSE schemes they are implementing. Then one Stand Up India scheme is there. Who can stand up? Only ladies can stand up. Gents cannot stand up. Gents they can stand up only when they are SC/ST entrepreneurs. So it is easy to understand. Instead of 25% margin, on 15% margin, you can avail for any greenfield ventures. It may be manufacturing, it may be trading, it may be services. In any sector up to 1 crore without collateral, you can avail loan from the bank. Lot of schemes in our ecosystems are available, but you should make use of this system. And in Chanakya Niti also it is said, tax collection, many people now 3 to 6, but senior citizen nothing is there. So still tax rates, it is not agreeable, or middle class people say. You should remember, in many Western countries, US and all, when compared to them, tax rates in India are the lowest. That basic exemption limit is also increased. New regime and old regime, both the regimes are available. Under new regime, tax rates are minimal, and manufacturing companies earlier as low as 15% tax was their income tax. Now 31(3)(24) was the sunset clause, that is over. Now 25% is the corporate tax, that is also reduced. Of course, individual it is a 30%, and surcharge under old scheme 37%, but under new scheme maximum is 25%. And foreign direct investment, foreign companies, if they want, earlier their tax rate was 40%, that has been reduced to 35%. More and more credit inflow will be also there in our system. Then in Chanakya, he explains about money. Beautifully it is explained. But why money is important? For any nation also money is important. For any family also money is important. For individuals also money is important. That's why he told, Vittena hinam purusham tyajanti dharascha putrascha sahodarascha samvittavantam punareva yanti vittam hi loke purushasya bandhu. The meaning, Vittena hinam purusham tyajanti. That means if you don't have money, everybody will reject you. Nobody cares you. Correct now? Our close relatives, will they not care? Dharascha, even wife also don't care if you don't have money. Putrascha, that means children. Sahodarascha, that means brother, sister, nobody will care. Samvittavantam punareva yanti. Suppose you win lottery. Or you will enter foreign, you will go to abroad, and while coming, what up? Everybody will be your friend. Everybody will have relative. Samvittavantam punareva yanti. Only all those people will be your friends, your relative, close. They will tell, I am your cousin, then I am friends. In the 10th we were playing together, you remember, all these things will come now, correct now? So that's why, Vittam hi loke purushasya bandhu. That means, in this world, who is the close relative? Money. So how can you earn money? In ethical way. It is also said in Subhashita. Shanashaha kanashaschaiva vidyam arthancha sadhaye. Shanatyage kuto vidya kanatyage kuto dhanam. Means, if you want to learn, your goal is to learn. You should want to become wise. Shanashaha, you should not waste a single minute. If you want to become wealthy, kanashaschaiva, you should not waste a single rupee. You should spend, but you should not waste. Kanjus nahi hona hai. You have to spend, but you should not waste. Kshanatyaje kuto vidya. If you waste your time, how can you become a wise? Kanatyage kuto dhanam. If you waste money, how can you become wealthy? Now in this budget, 4 focus areas: poor, women, farmer and youth. They have given more importance for women also. 3 lakhs crores has been earmarked for the women, maybe because finance minister is woman. Correct? She has earmarked. So now women entrepreneurship also they have given lot of bonanza. So earlier there was a slogan, Udyogam Purusha Lakshanam. That means Purusha Pradhana Samaj. Now women are also in mainstream. You can see many women, ladies than the boys here now in MP also. Correct now? In all the areas, women are overtaking men. A day will come, we may require men empowerment than women empowerment. So that Purusha Pradhana Samaj earlier we used to say Udyogam Purusha Lakshanam. Now we have to change the definition as Udyogam Manuja Lakshanam, because women are also coming to mainstream. Days are not far. If women also join hands in increasing the GDP of our country. Now Tamil Nadu women, it is the women contribution in GDP is the maximum. Okay, it is GSDP we call, gross domestic state product, GDP and GSDP. Okay, so I would like to conclude this with one more Chanakya Niti. Before that one, how taxes are to be collected. In Chanakya also says how taxes are to be collected. You see, there was a slogan earlier, rob Peter and pay Paul. Correct, no? That was the situation what we were doing so far. Now also to some extent it is there, rob Peter and pay Paul. But Chanakya, he says, you should collect taxes like honey bee collects honey or nectars from various flowers. Honey bee collects nectars for various flowers. Whether that flower will get damaged? No. There will be pollination. Then we will get fruits. Correct now? Flowers will not get damaged. Without honey bees interference, it will not become fruit. It collects nectar from all the flowers, makes a honey comb. Then we will get honey. So, a king or a government, they should collect taxes in such a way that honey bee collects nectar from various flowers. They should also grow, and there should be a big kitty full of honeycomb, full of honey. That should be the way in which you have to collect taxes. Then one more last. Entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? You should be job provider, not a job seeker. As I told, the ecosystem is very much conducive for the robust growth in entrepreneurship in India. So Chanakya says, what is entrepreneurship? Pushpe gandham, tile tailam, kaste agnim, payasi ghratam, ikshau gudam, tatha dehe, pashatmanam vivekataha. That means, pushpe gandham, extract fragrance from the flowers. Now we are giving bouquet in various wedding and other things, only color, no smell. Correct, no flowers. How can you extract fragrance from that? You should grow only such flowers which have fragrance. And you should know how to extract fragrance from the flowers. Tile tailam, extracting gingerly oil from the gingerly. To tell it is very easy, it is not so easy. Coconut you can, if you dry more from copra, just if you press, you may get some oil content. Tile tailam, kaste agni, that means from firewood, you should kindle fire. So entrepreneurship should be in your belly, you should always fire, otherwise it will die. Correct, no? Payasi ghratam, from milk, producing ghee. Easy, no? Milk to curd, curd to butter and buttermilk. Correct, no? Then again you should convert it into ghee. Ikshau gudam, that means from sugar cane, sugar. If I bring sugar cane, one, can you prepare sugar or jaggery? It has got lot of process. Tatha dehe pashatmanam vivekatah. That means, likewise, entrepreneurship means whatever with the available resources, make the most of it and come out with a very good output or product that is the gist of Chanakya Niti. So today you have arranged the beautiful budget presentation program because students should understand what's happening Indian economy versus global economy, where we stand, which direction we are going. All these things will be made known if you read the content of the budget. Next time, budget should start with economic survey. Shadi ka pehle mehendi. Correct hai na? So, wish you all the very best. You have a very bright future. You have already entered the Amrit Kaal. But in order to reap Amrit, you should churn. Okay? More and more you churn, more and more products will come. Wish you all the very best for excellent presentation and patient listening. Hope that this budget session has enriched all of our knowledge, including me also. Every time, whenever sit in any stage, without pen and paper, I will not sit. One thing was missing today was, we were not having any pen and writing pad. Any session, anywhere you go, you should always go with pen and pad. Okay? That is my small piece of advice. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.